Alright, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to discuss about the FTD in a transparent mode. So FTD in a transparent mode. So whenever the FTD becomes in a transparent mode, you can also refer to as a next generation IPS intrusion prevention system, that is NGIPS. So that's the reason I have given the name over here now. Another thing is that now these two interfaces are no more in the routed mode. That means whenever the router wants to communicate with the R1 to the R2, I cannot give the next hop of my router to as an G0/1 as an interface, next hop interface. So now when these FTD is in transparent mode, that is also known as a stealth firewall. So now why stealth firewall? Because we are going to inspect the traffic. We are going to inspect the traffic. That's why we are referring to it as stealth firewall. Now the another thing is that in order to inspect the traffic, you have to create the policies. Yes, you can create the policies which we have already seen in the FTD videos over there. It's very much similar to those things. It's nothing changes in the policies. Implementation is much more similar. Now coming to the security zones, now here also you will create your inside zone and outside zone, and each interfaces will be referred to as an intra security zone. Now these zones are different from the routed mode zones, so these are known as inline zones, inline security zones. So inline security zones means my firewall is in between two devices. So whenever the transparent firewall is being placed, it will be placed between any two devices. So that's why it is known as bump in a wire, or also known as an inline mode. So inline mode, it is in between of any two devices. And now since we have multiple interfaces, so you can use for multiple devices over here, and you can configure according to your requirement. Scalability is there for you. Now these two interfaces now will not be in a routed mode, this will be in an inline mode. So once these two interfaces are in inline mode and the security zones have been assigned, now another thing is I have to do is that I need to group these two interfaces. So I have to group in an inline group saying that G0/N0 and G0/1 belongs to one group. Once I created this group, a bridge will be created between these two interfaces. Now the traffic will be able to pass, but the only thing is that you will be filtering the traffic. So by default, if you remember in the FTD, we have said that by default, no traffic should be allowed. So no traffic will be allowed by default. So that's why you have to create a policies, you have to create the rules in that one, and you have to allow the traffic over there. So that's the next generation firewall in the transparent mode. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you in the next video.